Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naveen, and in today's video we have another episode of Read It or Unhold It because we are leaving for Spain really soon, and I need to figure out if the books I have left here with me are good enough to keep or not. So, so the book we're gonna be reading in today's episode of Read It or Unhold It is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I haven't read the back of the book, but I have read like 6 pages of it. I enjoyed the 6 pages I read. But basically the premise that I think it is, let me just skim through the back and I'll tell you what the premise of the book is. Okay, so basically we have two main characters, Anastasia and Nate. Anastasia, she's a skater, a figure skater, and Nate is a hockey player. So Anastasia's partner gets injured or something happens with him, and Nate has to start training with Anastasia so that she can make it to the Team USA thing team. Yeah, so she can make it to Team USA. And yeah, so I'm only 6 pages in. Like I said, I enjoyed what I read as much as you can enjoy 6 pages of a book. But yeah, I'm gonna officially start reading it tomorrow because today is Thursday, so I'm gonna officially start reading it on Friday. And I'll give you guys an update when I have one. So I'll give you guys an update tomorrow of what I think of the book. Hello, guys. Today is, let me check the date. It's Friday, February 7th, and I have some updates for Icebreaker. I am 150 I am 156 pages into this book, and let me tell you a little bit about the premise. So, we have our FMC, whose name is Anastasia, and then we have our MMC, whose name is Nate. Nate is a hockey player, Anastasia is a figure skater, and they usually have two separate rinks in which they practice, but something goes on with some of the hockey players and their skating rink gets trashed, so they have to basically share a rink for practice. And that's kind of been the whole plot up until the point that I'm at. I know from the synopsis in the back that something happens to Anastasia's partner. I don't know what it is. It makes me feel like, or it makes me think that Nate is gonna be, like, Nate is somehow gonna end up being her partner. I don't know. Who knows? What am I feeling about this book? How do I feel about this book? Well, I feel like time is passing by. Like, time is passing, but nothing is happening. I feel like nothing has happened in 156 pages apart from them hooking up. Yeah, not like literally nothing has happened. I am like, nothing has happened. And this is a 400 page. 400, let me actually. This is a 420-ish pages. This could have been like 300 pages max. Because in 156, nothing has happened. It also feels a bit insta-lovey, so keep that in mind. If you don't like insta-love, you're not gonna like it. I usually don't mind insta-love if it's done right. Yeah, in this case, I don't really mind it because, as I said before, nothing is happening, and at least on that front, we are going forward. At least something is happening on that front, you know? So I don't mind the insult part. Um, I hate Anastasia's partner. His name is Aaron, I think. I don't even know. I think his name is Aaron. I hate him so much. He is such a dick. Um, and the whole, oh, you have to stick to a diet. You have to stick to a diet for me to be able to pick you up. Yeah, no, maybe instead of her having to count every single calorie that goes into her body, maybe you could try and work out harder and get stronger so you can lift her up, no problem. What? She, who is she? I hate him so much. And he's an asshole. Like, 80% of the time we have seen him interact with anybody, he's been an asshole to that person. He hasn't been nice like more than 2 times max, and that's like maximum. So yeah, I like Nate. He's kind of cute, I think. I guess. I don't know. I don't think much about them. It's just, I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm having a good time while I'm reading it. I am really immersed in the story because it actually, it's pretty fast paced. Like, you can go through it pretty fast. So I'm going through the book pretty fast. Like, this is the first, like, today is the first time I picked up the book and I'm already 150 pages in. And I could continue going, I just don't want to. So yeah, it's reading really fast. But at the same time, it's reading really fast because there's no plot. Like, I think that's what it's missing. There is literally no plot. None. It's just vibes. Vibes and no plot. So yeah, I don't know why this book was so overhyped. Maybe the last 300 and something, it's less than 300 pages. The last 200 and something pages changed my mind, and then I'm gonna come on here and be like, oh my god, guys, I love the book and all that. But right now I don't see myself giving this more than a 3-star, honestly. But yeah, so this is a 3-star book for me. Why am I saying this is a 3-star book for me? I haven't even finished reading it. Whatever. Talking more about the characters because I cannot talk about the plot. There's no plot. None, as I've said before. The characters, I love Lola, which is Anastasia's best friend. I love her. She's so fun. I also love Henry. Henry is on the hockey team and he's like a sophomore, I think, at university. He is so sweet and I adore him. I literally adore him. There's this thing he does, which he has this little box of things in his room just in case a girl stays over. He has like tampons, he has hair ties, he has like shampoo, conditioner, anything you can imagine. And he also has socks. And I feel like that is just so sweet. Like, who does that? He is so sweet. And he's the best character, in my opinion. Out of the out of everyone. I just love him. He is so sweet and is so wholesome. That's the way I would describe Henry. He's so wholesome. And then we have JJ. JJ is a character that I'm really intrigued by. So if this is a series, which I'm not sure it is, but if this is a series, I wouldn't mind reading a book about JJ because he's so mysterious and fun at the same time. Yeah, I wouldn't mind reading a book about him. So, yeah, I'm not gonna keep rambling about the book because I have nothing more to say other than everything I've just said. So, yeah, those are my thoughts for right now. I'm gonna continue reading it tomorrow and I'll let you guys know what I think about it tomorrow.
The next day.
Hello, guys. It's Saturday. It's like almost 3 p.m. I've been reading Icebreaker for an hour and a half, approximately. I'm 232 pages into the book, and I don't know if I'm gonna continue reading it today or if I'm just gonna continue reading it tomorrow because I wanna finish this book by tomorrow. I don't wanna drag it for more than that. And yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna continue reading it later today or if I'm just gonna wait and read it to like finish it tomorrow. The thing is, that book it's the most boring book I've read. I was gonna say in a while, but I think it's the most boring book I've read point blank, period. It's actually first, yes, I'm still wearing my One Direction hoodie. It's really cold in here right now, and this keeps me warm. So yeah, I'm wearing it again. I promise I will change for tomorrow's clip. Um, but yeah, the book is so boring. There's no plot. Actually, we've started to get the plot of the book, and it started on page 204. The plot of the book started on page 204. It took 200 pages for the actual book to start. So that book, which is 400 pages, could have been 200 pages easily. There's no reason for that book to be 400 pages long. And it's so boring because, like I said, nothing happens. The only thing that happens is, at least for the first 200 pages, Nate and Anastasia start hooking up. Apart from that, nothing else happens, and it's so boring. What saves it is the characters, the side characters. They are like good side characters. But yeah, if it wasn't for that, I would have DNF'd the book a long time ago. I should probably DNF it now because I don't really care to know what happens with them. But I don't know. I'm gonna give it one more chance to see if it can make me feel more invested in it or not. If not, I'm gonna probably DNF it because there's no point in me just like suffering through it. The thing is, I'm not actually suffering through it because it's so fast. It's fast paced and slow paced at the same time. I don't know how to explain that. Like, it's so slow in the way things are happening, but at the same time, a lot of things are happening. I feel like if I say a lot of things are happening, it doesn't make sense with me saying that there's no plot. Like, believe me, there's no plot. But kind of like the days go by pretty quick in the book, so it's fast paced in that sense. But the overall plot, it's really slow paced. I think that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, um, the new plot that started to appear in page 204 is that Anastasia's partner, Aaron, he suffered an injury. And at first, it was like a mild injury for just like 2 weeks. But then, while they were competing, he almost dropped her. Well, he kind of dropped her and then saved her so her head wouldn't hit the ground. And then that made his injury worse. And now, instead of a 2 week injury, he has an 8 week injury. And therefore, Anastasia has no partner to skate with. And since Nate can be playing hockey right now for something that happened that I don't want to give spoilers, maybe I should because it's a reader on Unhauil. I don't want to give spoilers. So, something happens and Nate can be with the team right now. So, since he can play hockey with his team and she doesn't have a partner, he's like, well, you know what? I can be your partner. I already know how to skate, and you can teach me whatever else you need me to learn. So, they have been practicing together for 2 weeks, and they seem to be improving. I think that's the thing. I don't know. I only know that they have been practicing for 2 weeks, but have I seen anything from those 2 weeks? No, I haven't. Have I seen any progress? No, I haven't. I haven't seen anything. I've just been told that 2 weeks have passed. And what am I supposed to do with that information? I feel like I'm getting heated for no reason. It's just a book, it's just words on paper. It's not that deep. It's never that deep. But yeah, it's frustrating for me. Um yeah, I don't have much more to say about the book because nothing has happened. Quite literally nothing has happened. I can't keep up with this, you guys. I need something to happen so bad. I need things to start moving forward. I don't even know what I need at this point. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try and keep reading the books. I think I'm gonna try and keep reading it later today. And if I don't, I'll see you guys tomorrow with my final update.
Several days later.
Hello guys, how are you? Today it's Monday. It's like 10:30 a.m. and I should be reading Icebreaker. I'm on page 236 and I think this book is going to be a DNF for me. Um like I said before, this book it's almost 400 pages and it's 200 pages too long. Nothing is happening and I can't continue pretending that I care about what goes on in here. Like, I don't care about Anastasia and her relationship with Aaron. I don't care about Nate and his relationship with his dad. I don't care about what happens with their hockey team. I don't care about what happens with Anastasia's skating career. Basically, I don't care about anything that is going on in this book right now. I really don't. And that's because it's taking so freaking long for it to like get to the point that at this point I don't care. It I kind of feel bad saying it like that, but I genuinely do not care about what goes on in here anymore. And I could like push through and finish the 190 pages that I have left, but this is not a punishment for me, the challenge. Um yeah, it's not a punishment. I don't have to like push through and just try and finish it for the sake of finishing it, because at the end of the day, this book is not gonna be more than a 2 or a 2.5 stars for me, and I'm gonna unhaul it because I don't want to take this home back with me. There's no, I have no type of attachment to this. Um, I'm tired of it, if I'm being honest, and yeah, I don't want to say waste my time because it sounds rude, but yeah, I don't want to spend more time in this world with these people. Like, the only character I care about is Henry, and I don't think Henry is gonna get his own book, honestly. I would read that. Maybe. I don't know. This book was so hyped, especially on Book Talk, that I had, like, maybe because it was so hyped up, my expectations were a little bit too high, but I really do not think my expectations were that high. It's just, I don't think my expectations were the problem. It's the problem for me is the book, is the writing style. It's not even the writing style, because the writing style, it's not bad. It's just, it drags. Like, the book drags each different topic like crazy. And yeah, it's a lot of telling of things and not really showing things. Also, it's, I'm gonna just put the book down. Also, it's a lot of telling us things that have happened and not showing us things that have happened, if you know what I mean by that. And like I said before, the challenge, it's not a punishment for me. um I don't want to like push through and finish the book and just give it a 2 stars, because that's not the point of the challenge. The point of the challenge is not finishing books, it's deciding if a book is worth taking back home with me or if it's not. And right now, that book is not worth taking it back home with me. So I'm gonna DNF it, and I'm getting better at DNFing books. I used to be so bad. I wasn't capable of DNFing books not so long ago, and I'm getting so good at DNFing books right now. And yeah, probably if there was something in there that caught my attention where I was like, okay, I care about this, or at least I'm curious about this and where it's going. Maybe I would be like, okay, I can push through the 190 pages because it's a fast read. It reads really really fast, but there's nothing in it for me, unfortunately. So yeah, it's it's a DNF, and I'm not gonna take it back home with me, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Another thing that it's kind of why I don't care about and the characters or any of them, it's they're quite flat, most of them. And we're told they have these things that makes them different, but we're not shown the thing that makes them different and not flat. So, for example, Anastasia, she has a planner. She plans her whole day, and her whole day has to go according to her planner. And if and something happens that it's not on the planner, and she has to like go out of plan, apparently that really affects her. So the way that the way that I understand it is like she kind of has a lot of anxiety. She uses the planner as a coping mechanism, and if something goes wrong, then she kind of spirals, you know? The thing is, we're told that we haven't seen, there has been multiple times where things have not gone according to plan. We have not seen once Anastasia spiraling because something has gone out of plan. Something has happened that was not in her planner. So, is she really that bothered by the planner thing? I don't think so. Where was I going with this? Yeah, the characters are quite flat. We're told they have these quirks. We're not shown any of the quirks or things. We're not shown anything. It's just a lot of tell and not showing. And it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I get it. You continue telling me this thing, but I don't see it. I There hasn't been an instance where this thing has been a problem or has created a situation where it has to be like talked about. So yeah, another thing that really made me mad and like actually made me mad is, and this is gonna be a slight spoiler, so if you don't wanna know about it, just skip through this part. But in the beginning, Aaron, who is her skating partner, was kind of responsible for her diet. I don't know why, basically. Like, I really don't know why, but the reason was because if she gains some weight, she's gonna be too heavy for him to lift, which, as I said before, that that's personally that's a little bit triggering for me. But yeah. So he made a meal plan for her, and she has been sticking to this meal plan for years at this point. And the meal plan consists on basically vegetables and chicken. And you're supposed to tell me that you're a 24-year-old and you don't know that a diet based on only chicken and vegetables is not a healthy diet? Really? You're this naive that you didn't know that. That really pissed me off because everyone, they were trying to paint it like, oh, look how bad Aaron is, look what he did, and blah blah blah. Which, yeah, I understand, I back that up, but at the same time, she's not a little kid. She has to be like 24 or like 20 something, whatever. What do you mean you don't know that that meal plan was not healthy for you at all? I don't know. That really pissed me off. It pissed me off so bad. Um, but yeah, whatever. The book is a DNF. I couldn't make myself care enough to finish it. I don't want to make myself care enough to finish it. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the book. And yeah, that's all for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!